Creating educational content on YouTube is very hard, and this is the reason why I had to take a long break. However, in this video, I don't want to talk about the personal challenge I had to face, but I want to show you what it takes to create quality educational content on this platform and what you should expect as a reward for your hard work. Let's start by answering the question, why posting a video on YouTube? And the simple answer is that it is a way to leverage your passion to gain exposure and possibly to generate some income. Now, the only issue is that the misconception is that this process will be very enjoyable. It will be fun. Possibly you will manage to wrap up a video with minimal effort. But in my experience, a 5 to 10 minute video can take anything from 8 hours up to 16 hours, depending on the complexity of the topic and the amount of research you need to do and all the animations and editing. If you don't believe me, now I will show you all the stages I take to create educational content on my channel. There are 7 steps. The first one is the idea generation. So I need to come up with the topic I want to discuss and the message I want to deliver. It's not enough to choose the topic, you need to add it something personal. It's either your personal experience or your opinion on a topic. It is very important that you don't focus on what you like, but on what others might like. This is the problem with working on a platform like YouTube. Even if you have subscribers, your video won't be presented to them unless YouTube thinks that they might be interested in it. And in some way, you need to combine the topic you like to talk about, your passion, with the trends. And that gives you the highest chance of ending up on the feeds of potential viewers that might or might not click on your video. Now, the next step, you need to research. So you chose the topic, you know more or less what you want to say, but now next step is doing some research to validate your idea and the message you want to give. That's very important because it's going to drive up the quality of your product, of your video. And it is extremely important if, like me, you put your face in front of the camera. You need to be very cautious. There are times that I want to say something controversial. I know that it would get me a lot of views. Possibly I really believe in it. But I don't say it because I have a professional life. And anything negative I do or say in a video might impact my career. And it's not worth the effort. At the end of the day, for me, this is just a hobby. And most probably it will be for you as well. So be very cautious with the videos you publish. The next step is the scripting. Why scripting is important? Can't you just improvise? No, you can't. If you want to produce a 5 to 10 minute video with high engagement, every second counts. And to make every second count, to some extent, you need to prepare the whole video word by word. I don't know if you ever noticed, but there is a good portion of my videos where I use a teleprompt. So I'm actually reading. It takes some practice to make it look natural, but it's much better than me trying to find the words on the spot, because that one would drive the video time up to 15 minutes and 20 minutes. And you might say, so why don't you do a video of 20 minutes? Because you would lose retention. You will have a lot of people that rather than watching your video from start to end, they would watch just a small portion of it. That's a metric that YouTube monitors to understand how much the viewers are liking a particular video or not. And if the retention is very low, YouTube will stop showing your videos to potential viewers, and you will end up with no impressions, no views. So you do a lot of effort for nothing. And I know that it sounds like I'm over focusing on the concept of views, but at the end of the day, I don't think it makes any sense to invest 8 to 16 hours to make just 10 views. I'm not saying that it's wrong, but I don't think that over time it would be something that would give you any sort of satisfaction or potential return. The next step, now we have the script, everything is ready, and we need to record, which is what I'm doing now. Again, this takes a lot of time. It can take anything from 1 hour to 2 hours, unless you have a permanent studio that you set up once and then you just sit there and you record by pressing the recording button. In most scenarios, you will need to arrange a bit a spot where you're going to take the video, which means set up the camera, set up the lights, fix the microphone, and all this kind of stuff. And then you need to take several takes. I, I mean, unless you are a big talent in content delivery, in speaking to the camera, chances are that you would have to do 2 to 3 takes. In my case, I'm not a native English speaker, so I do a lot of mistakes, and that means that even for a 10-minute video, most probably you would have like 20, 30, even 40 minutes of footage. Next phase is the editing, where we take this recording and we cut all the takes and parts we don't need, mistakes, pauses, and whatever, and we bring it as dense as possible. We normalize the audio, and we also add some transition, we add some movement to the video so that it doesn't look too overly static to increase engagement. And if you're doing a video on software development and you want some animation, you need to consider that even a 30-second animation could take anything from 15 minutes to 30 minutes, in some cases even more. So if you have a 5-minute very dense video where you have many animations, that might mean that just with animations you need to invest 2, 3, 4 hours of production time. Anyway, once we edited the video, we're ready to publish. And still, there is yet another challenge. We need to choose the title, the thumbnail, and the description. Title and thumbnail, as you might have heard already, are extremely important because you could have very good quality content, but no one is going to watch that video unless you have something that makes them click. The title and the thumbnail are the only things that they see when YouTube gives you an impression, and they will choose based on that. So you will stay thinking and overthinking what's the best title, what's the best thumbnail, and you need to keep in mind that if, like me, you're not a graphic designer, it takes time to produce anything visual, and maybe the final result is also something you're not really happy about. The other option you have is to outsource this process, but you will need to invest money. On top of that, once you upload the video, you need to set up the description, the chapters. There are many other components you need to cater for. One of them is the subtitles. In my case, they are very important because of my pronunciation. Many people find it very hard to understand me, and that is why I make sure that at the very least the subtitles are correct. I received many comments on the way I speak. People tell me I need to improve, and I understand. On the other hand, I want to highlight that when you work in a professional environment, chances are that you will work in a multinational team. So don't expect to find perfect English in a professional environment. You'll need to adapt. So take the chance to get your ear trained by listening to my imperfect English. That's it. Now there is the last step, which is finally the video is uploaded, it's on YouTube, but you want people to know about it. So you need to do some marketing, which means you need to share posts on social media. Maybe you can write a blog post, and most importantly, you need to engage with the community. Maybe you get some comments on the video if you're lucky, and you need to make sure to interact because that starts creating the community and start creating some regaining viewer, someone that would come and keep coming whenever you release a video. That's it. Those are the 7 steps. So we have idea generation, research, scripting, recording, editing and animations, publishing, and marketing. So at the end of it, what's the reward? In my experience, the only reward you get is personal satisfaction, and the fact that you're mastering a lot of skills. Apart from that, don't expect anything else. In particular, don't expect money. I can tell you my top 3 videos, which have around 50,000 views each, have generated roughly 85 euros. The fourth video I got generated, I think, around 66 euro. And if you're considering that just the camera I'm using to film this video costed me 800, you can understand that I gain nothing financially from posting videos on YouTube. That said, that's not the reason why I stopped making videos. The real reason is that I had too much stress. And the biggest contributor to this stress was the fact that YouTube is a platform that pushes you to produce videos consistently and as frequently as possible. Many says that you need to publish 1 video a week. And with needing 8 to 16 hours to produce a single video, having a full-time job, needing to do some movement, because anima sana in corpore sana, you need to move, and having a family, and other responsibilities, it was impossible for me to produce 1 video every week. So it was creating a lot of stress, and it was poisoning all my free time, because I would feel guilty if I invest some time just relaxing on the sofa, because I know that I have very limited free time, and my only chance to succeed in YouTube is by investing every second in content creation. Even when I would go running, my head would be spinning what I'm going to talk about, what I can include in the script. It's always constantly thinking about content creation, and that's consuming. Over time, it will kill you. That's why I had to stop. So I'm sure you're wondering, why are you here again on YouTube? And the reason is that I want to give it another shot using a different approach. I still want to share my knowledge, my experience, and my opinion. But I want to do it without imposing myself a quality standard I cannot keep up in the long run. Which means I need to accept that maybe the lighting is not perfect, that maybe I will do less animations, that maybe not all my videos will be scripted like this one. Some of them will be improvised. And I want to do that because I think that I do have what they call the unfair advantage. So I have 25-year experience coding, 16 years coding in a professional environment. I've been working for a long time as a software architect, technical leader. I know about platform engineering. I started product from inceptions and scaled them up to multiple teams. So there is a lot I can talk about. And it would be a real shame and not to share it with you, because it's something I enjoy. And if the only obstacle between me sharing my knowledge and posting it on YouTube is keeping the quality standard too high, I just need to accept that if I want to do that, I need to lower it. There is no other way, because if I try to keep too much of a high standard, I will burn out again. And that's it. And I stop here. Let's summarize what I've said in this video. So, creating educational content on YouTube is very hard. A 5 to 10 minute video can take from 8 to 16 hours to produce, based on my personal experience. You need to go through 7 stages: idea generation, research, scripting, recording, editing, publishing, and marketing. Every single time you produce a video. And the reward is very little. So you should do it only if you enjoy the process and you don't expect anything in return. I know out there are a lot of people telling you you need to use YouTube as a platform to sell something else, maybe a course or a product. But as I told you, I didn't have chance to produce the videos, and you expect me to have chance to produce a course. With my full-time job and the responsibilities I have, it's not possible at this point in time. If you watch the video till now, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you won't miss my next video. That will help me a lot. And why not? Share it with someone else so that everyone can learn something new. See you next time.